So today, as I said, I'm going to be doing things a little differently. Today I made some, I made artisan bread dough. It's the way my uncle does it. Always turns out really good. I'm going to be making two things today. I'm going to be making, mozzarella sticks, cheese stick things. We'll see how they turn out with the dough. I'm going to roll it really thin, and then I've already taken and quartered the cheese sticks in half, or well, in quarters, and I'm going to roll them up, bake them, see how they turn out, and then in a little bit I'm going to make the pizza, and we're going to make some marinara sauce. In the dough, I found just an artisan, it's a very wet dough, but I found an artisan bread dough online, because I can't remember how my uncle does it, but it's 3 cups of flour, a teaspoon of yeast, and 2 teaspoons of salt with 1 2/3 cup of water, warm water. Mix it, let it set for about 2 hours, depending on where you are. Like here, elevation, temperature, all that goes into how long you should let it rest, how long you should let it go. I think it's been about 2 hours since I set mine up. I don't know, I cleaned and stuff after I set it up, so anyways, I'm gonna get it going and then we'll get started. Okay, so I have oiled my surface, oiled my hands. I spread the dough out about as thin as I could get it. And then I am taking the cheese. I can't really show you because I can't touch my phone. But I am laying it on the edge of the dough, wrapping it until it gets just around the cheese. And then I am taking a knife, cutting the dough, making sure it is around all the cheese. So this is my dough wrapped cheese, and then I'm setting it in a greased pan. I don't think you have to put it in a greased pan. I just make everything stick, so I didn't want it to do that. And I'm going to do that continually till I get to the end of my cheese, and then I'm going to let them set for probably 20-30 minutes. My oven is preheating, so I'm going to set it on the warm stove. It'll help it rise a little bit more, and then we'll bake them. Alright, so I have now, after, like I said, I oiled the area, oiled my hands, laid out a chunk of the dough about as thin as I could. Depending on how many people you have or how many cheese sticks, cheese breads, I'm not entirely sure what this is going to be because it's not your traditional battered and fried or breaded and fried cheese sticks. But this is how they look for now. I clearly did way too many, considering I'm cooking for myself. That'll last me probably 2-3 days. Anyways, I am going to roll out the pizza dough. I'm going to cook the pizza in a cast iron because it is just me. There will probably be some dough left over that I'll put in the fridge, use another day. So I'm going to go ahead and set the dough in the cast iron, get it spread out, and then I will be back to show how to make a basic marinara sauce, how I would make it anyways. When it comes to artisan breads and stuff, they most of them typically require you to put water in the oven when you cook. This is the pan that we use. You can see it's got water stands on it. So I'm going to put it in the oven so that it's super hot, so when I do bake everything, that when I pour the water in, it'll steam it. It'll keep the outside kind of nice and crunchy. Alright, so now I'm going to make a little marinara for my cheese sticks for when they come out. So, got a large can of tomatoes here, which I have the petite diced. These are, I'm only because I don't need that much. I'm not going to use the whole thing, clearly, in the large can. But I am going to also save probably about three quarters of this can for the pizza. And if I was, if I had like fresher ingredients, I would I would put oil in the pan, which I am going to grab some olive oil real quick. Got the pan heating on a medium heat right now. I like my marinara a little chunky. So I have petite diced tomatoes. I'm going to pour just a little bit of olive oil in here, kind of coat the bottom. But if I had fresher ingredients, I would use fresh garlic, fresh onions. Unfortunately, just due to, I guess, lack of planning, I don't have those things. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to let that, well, my pan's already preheated, so I'm going to go ahead and pour about a quarter of a can, maybe a third of a can of tomatoes in here. I'm going to let that heat up. While that's heating up, I'm going to add a little oregano. Wait, where'd it go? There it is. A little oregano. It's probably about a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. I'm going to put a little rosemary in there. Just a little bit though, about half a teaspoon, a quarter teaspoon. I don't like I like rosemary, but I like rosemary on my pork. Don't care for the big sizes in my stuff. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And then a little onion powder. Okay, good amount of onion powder. So 2 teaspoons. I like garlic, so I would do about the same with garlic. I'm going to give that a stir, and then I'm going to let that simmer for a while the cheese sticks are finishing rising. And it'll probably cook a while longer. I guess if you wanted more closer to a marinara, you would do a crushed tomato with some maybe tomato paste. Mine's going to be a pretty basic spiced tomato marinara. Nothing crazy. But I'm going to be back when we put the cheese sticks in. I'm going to cook them for 30 minutes, check them, and then I will probably, the pizzas usually take about 45 minutes. I don't imagine the cheese sticks will take that long because I rolled that dough really thin, so we'll see. I've been letting the tomatoes get up to boiling point. I put them down to simmer now, and so it will just continually bubble, integrate the flavors. These have almost doubled in size, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a glass of water and get ready to throw those in, and then we will get ready on the pizza. Alright, so you need about half a cup of water, a little more, a little less. Alright, so I've got the oven at 350. I'll put the cheese sticks in. Throw some water in the pan, you'll hear this lovely sizzle. Close that oven. Don't open it again until it is time. And I will be back when they're done cooking. Actually, I'll be back with the pizza. Okay, so the pizza has about doubled. I'm going to go ahead, press it down, spread it out a little more. It'll get a second rise with the toppings on it. And hopefully by the time that it has finished its second rise, it will, the cheese sticks will be done. We can switch places with them. So I did have I had some leftover Italian sausage grease that I saved and put on the bottom of the pan just to add a little more flavor to the crust. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to take some of the tomatoes and I'm going to just spread them around. Normally We like the, what are they, the whole peeled tomatoes, and then take a knife and cut them over so that it, you put the juice along with the tomato on there. Makes a really excellent Italian style pizza. This is not the best way to do it, but it's yummy. I like it. And today that's all that matters. Alright, so I put about 3 tablespoons of tomatoes on there. This is what it looks like as of now. I'm going to season it with, kind of like I did the marinara, I'm going to little rosemary, just sprinkle some around, oregano, just kind of cover it how much you want. I'm going to put some garlic. I don't really measure this. I just sprinkle it till it looks nicely covered, but not overly and, you know, gonna kill vampires type thing. Same with the onion powder. And that will, the tomatoes, as the dough rises, will set that up. So I'm going to, on this, I have some pre-cooked Italian sausage. So I'm going to take some, sprinkle it around. I got large chunks because when I cooked it, I didn't chop it up quite enough. So I'm going to have a rather chunky pizza, that's for sure. I'm going to push it into the crust a little bit. Have some Italian sausage stuffed crust, I guess. Alright. And then I'm going to take some, I have some pieces and stems mushrooms. Probably want to drain them. I did not drain them. I'm just gonna kind of, it's just me, so I'm sticking my hands in there. But I have washed my hands. It's not like they're gross or anything. So I'm going to take these mushrooms and just kind of break them up, split them all over the pizza. Just a Italian sausage and mushroom pizza. Pretty basic, pretty yummy. And then I'm going to rinse my hands, so I'm going to grab some of the cheese. I'm just going to shake some on. This is normally where if I had like fresh mozzarella balls, I would cut it up and place it over it, and it would be kind of, well, it would taste better, honestly. My favorite is like fresh mozzarella, buffalo mozzarella. So this is what we have. Pretty good, pretty basic. Sorry about the hand in the way. I'm going to set that back, let that rise again. And like I said, hopefully in the next 10-20 minutes, these cheese sticks will be done. Pull it out, we'll give them a try, and we'll go from there. Alright, so it's been about 40-45 minutes. These took a lot longer to cook than I thought they would. But here is... Wait, where'd it go? Anyways, here's this. I took about a tablespoon of butter, a little garlic salt, or a little garlic powder. Heated it up. You don't have to do this part. I just thought it'd make it taste a little tastier. Be something similar like a garlic knot type thing. A cheesy garlic knot. I guess that's what these are closer to than cheese sticks. But I'm going to plate them up, try them out, let you know how it tastes. After I pulled these out, I went ahead and did the same thing with the water and the pizza. I went ahead and stuck it in the oven, so we're good to go there. And I will be back in a minute to tell you how these taste. Alright, so I have taken them out of the pan. I have layered them on this plate. Tastes like a garlicky monkey bread. Try one out. Let me get one that you can see they're a little cheesy. Let's see if the camera will focus. I don't know. It's a little brown on top, a little cheesy. I'm going to dip it in. Honestly, it's really good. Got a little bit of stretch to it. But I guess using stringy cheese instead of like a mozzarella cheese stick, I don't know. I don't know if there's even a difference. But good stuff. Hope you enjoy. I'll be back in a little bit, show you how the pizza turned out. And I'll see y'all in a minute. Alright guys, this is the pizza. It is finished. It took about 30 minutes. I think on an average it would take about 45 minutes, but the way that I had it rise the second time, I think it caused it to cook a little faster because I had it on this heat on the back burner here. I've got a little extra marinara. I'm going to let that, I'm going to eat that with the pizza. So, alright,